Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Alchemy, and welcome back to the channel. And today we got some big freaking news. Let's get into it. Anyway, if you guys are really excited to hear anything, or just coming back to this channel, I would greatly appreciate if you guys just leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in what I do and what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop with the dramatic pauses now. Anyway, guys, so we're going to talk about everything that's relating to Spider-Man Miles Morales right now. There's a lot of news that just came out as far as, gameplay, story stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So, if you want to go into this game blind, I would suggest that you guys don't watch this video. Or you just skip to the end, to the last second, to the point where I just say that I really like this game, and then I say like, comment, subscribe, and then we're in, and it's the end, and then we're done. But who has fun with that? Anyway, guys, so we got exclusive coverage from Game Informer coming around. They did the same thing with Spider-Man PS4 when that game came out. Game Informer did exclusive coverage on the game. So now we're going to get things from Miles Morales, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of clips, videos, yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of stuff I have to talk about. So this is going to be a really weird video. I might stutter, I might go over the place because I don't have an exact script or things to read from. Unlike the previous Miles Morales videos where I just read off the PlayStation blog, this is a little bit different. I can read from the Game Informer, and I would do that, but it's kind of hard to get the text up on the screen for you guys to read along with me. So it's not something I'm looking forward to do. So I'm just going to go off the top of my head. First things first, game looks freaking beautiful. That's all I need to say. Game looks beautiful. There was the first scene that we saw was with Miles and Peter actually transporting the Rhino somewhere. I don't know if they were transporting him to the raft now or transporting to a different prison. But they had the Rhino being transported somewhere through helicopter, and Miles and Peter were just basically escorting it, and Miles being under Peter's wing and learning things and just being that mentoree. So it's actually pretty cool to see that. I thought we weren't going to see too much of that, but we actually are going to get a lot of stuff of that. So it's actually pretty cool that we're going to see that dynamic between the two. So I'm really excited to see that within the first part of the game. So then it's insane because Miles actually messes up. He screws up. He screws up basically within this clip. He tries to contain the crate that the Rhino was in as it was breaking apart, because the Rhino was like jolting in and breaking the wire. So Miles is like, "Hey, I got it, Pete. I got it." And Peter's just like, "Miles, no, don't, please do not do this. Do not screw up. Don't, I got it." Miles just like, "Screw it, I got it." He webs up the cable and it breaks apart, ultimately letting the Rhino out. And then after that, we get to see the Rhino and Miles finally going at it. We actually get to fight the Rhino now as Miles. In the first Spider-Man, we did not get to do that, so it's really great to see round 2 going on. It's also really nice to see Peter and Miles just standing next to each other. It looks so great just to see them standing next to each other. It just makes you realize like what Spider-Man 2 is going to look like, because they're going to make Miles a playable character in Spider-Man 2, most definitely, and I know that's definitely something that's going to happen, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, it's that clip was pretty much amazing. I love the visuals. The city looks great. Like you can tell the differences between the PS4 version and the PS5 version. All the gameplay was captured on the PS5, was not captured on the PS4 version, was captured on the PS5 version. So it looks beautiful, it looks amazing. I cannot wait to swing through that. Speaking of swinging through the city, we actually have footage of Miles swinging through the city, and we have his really great and well done animations. It's definitely different from Peter. Peter's a little bit more well-rounded, experienced as Spider-Man, whereas Miles is just like this woo loosey-goosey type of guy, and he's not as like well tuned as Spider-Man yet. He's very loose. He's very, you know, it sort of looks like he's like sort of skydiving half of the time, which is really cool. It's really cool to see that as Miles, and he's a little bit more, he's more acrobatic, I would say. Peter is more athletic, I think, more than acrobatic, and I think we see that with Miles in this gameplay, and I really love to see that for Miles. Same thing they did for Into the Spider-Verse. He was a little bit like all over the place, loose, and not really, you know, having a well-defined swinging style, which is really cool, and I freaking love it. So then after that we had some news. Computer, I'm good, thank you. So then after that we have some news about where Peter's actually going, and I said a speculation in my video that there was a couple of theories going around that Peter would go to Symkaria to meet up with Mary Jane, and then there was another one that he was going to a different universe, because if you read the Spider-Geddon comic books, Spider-Man from Spider-Man PS4 was in that comic book, so that's what people were speculating that would happen. I highly doubted that. I feel like it was more likely to just be, you know, something else. I thought it was going to be a new storyline or something, but it came out to be that Peter's actually going to Symkaria to meet Mary Jane, to be her photographer there, which is really freaking cool to see. I do wish that it was a different circumstance. I do feel like it's kind of like weird that Peter's just like, all right, bye New York. And I guess he has that trust in Miles, that he believes that Miles can do it. You know, so, you know, I like it, but I do wish there was another storyline there. So it's really cool. We get to see Peter and Miles within the first half of the game, and then after he leaves, that's it. Miles is on his own, and Miles is gonna have to deal with a lot of stuff here. It is known to the fact that the main true story is really gonna be dealing with Roxxon. Roxxon is another, I guess so you can call it like another Oscorp. If you didn't read the comics of Miles Morales, Roxxon is a pain in the butt for Miles along in the comics. So that's going to be really cool to see. There's a lot of backstory to that. If you guys want to look into that, it's a really interesting story with Roxxon and what they'll do as far as in the comics of Miles Morales. It's really cool. We also have the greatest thing in the game, which is a spider cat that's named Spider-Man. It's cool. Really cool. So basically you have this suit where you can use a cat from a bodega to go after villains, and that can basically be your power up, your suit power for that suit, which is, I'm a cat person, so that's just cool. I love it. It's really cool to see that, you know, this is really different from, you know, Spider-Man. This is really different. This is Miles's game, and you can tell the difference between that. It's really cool to see, you know, the chemistry that he has with, you know, with the community. This guy is looking at him like, you're not really my Spider-Man. You're not the Spider-Man we've known and loved. This is the new one. But, you know, once he rescues a cat, he's just like, maybe I'll give you a chance. Maybe I'll give you a try. You could be a good Spider-Man. So that's really cool to see as far as him, you know, growing that trust with the community. It's going to be really interesting to see, because we didn't see that with Peter. Peter already had the trust of the community, except for J. Jonah Jameson, but that's a different story. But it's really great to see that Miles is building that trust and that friendship with the community of New York, or Harlem, excuse me. It's really great to see that. We also got some news on the stealth in combat, which is really freaking great, really freaking cool. The stealth I knew was going to be a little bit more better, because we have the actual ability to go invisible for a couple of seconds, which is really great. I feel like if you really utilize it, you can use it to your advantage. Stealth is going to be a lot much better. You can probably go invisible, dip off in another section and hide in there, or, you know, come out behind another you know, enemy and take them down. It's really going to be much better than it was in Spider-Man PS4. did like, I mean, I didn't like this too much in Spider-Man PS4, but I do think that this is going to be the improved version of that. So yeah, it's really cool to see the combat also. Miles is very different from Peter. You start to see him like, you know, I feel like, in my opinion, he's just more aggressive. There's one time where he was, you know, he grabs a guy and just slams him back on the ground while he's in the air. It's insane. And his takedowns are just a lot more, a lot more animated with, you know, his animations, and that's all shout out to James Ham. It's freaking great. He did all the animations for Miles. I'm pretty sure he had some help on the team, but I really do think it's great. You know, the things that he did, I love it. I love the way that Miles, even with the swinging animation, the combat animation, it's great. There also, speaking of like animations, there's also gonna be new tricks. There's going to be new types of tricks that you can do. As you know, in Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Man or Peter can do a lot of tricks along with, you know, his swinging, and you can either do like a twist or roll to the side, or you can do like a backflip or a front flip, and then, you know, we're going to get new tricks for Miles, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be catered to his style, his type of movement, which is going to be really great to see, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to really do with his movement and with his tricks. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that. We're also getting to really know what the game is going to run at. So it's going to run at a, you know, fidelity mode. It's going to run at 4K 30 frames per second, which is not bad. I don't mind that at all. I think 30 frames is usually the standard for games, so it's actually not that bad. And then the performance mode is going to be in 4K 60 frames per second, which I do wish that games are going to push further along and do 120, but at that point they're trying to make 60 frames the standard for games right now, which is really great to see. Honestly, I don't know which one I'm going to play as in the, you know, my first playthrough. I'm going to be doing live streams of it, so I'll probably just do 4K 30, even though my output would probably be 1080, so probably won't be the best quality. I'll decide if I really want to do live streams. I'll probably just do pre-recorded videos, just so, you know, I can have that quality to it, or I don't know, we'll see. But I don't know which one I'm going to do, but I'm very appreciative that we have an option, we have a choice of doing this. Which is really great. Yeah, I think that's really about it. I don't think I missed anything. If I do miss anything, I'll probably make a separate video just talking about it. So we'll probably have 2 Miles Morales videos going up later this week, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, there's all the news. There's everything that's going on about it. I'm extremely excited. This is the equivalent of when Spider-Man PS4 was getting coverage for Game Informer. It's getting me pumped. It's getting me excited. Oh no, there is one more thing that I am missing. There's actually a new way that you can look up crimes and you know, side missions that are going on in the game. Basically, Genki's created a app for Miles called the Friendly Spider app, which is Friendly Neighborhood Spider app, which is really cool to see, because, you know, for Miles to have that kind of tech, it's like, it's like, all right, but Peter was the techie guy, you know, he can create his own things. Miles doesn't have that advantage, you know, which is really cool to see that his friend is like, hey, I can do it, here you go. So it's really cool to see that. What is really also really innovative and really dope to see within the game is that you can use the touchpad of the DualSense to actually bring that up and select it through there. So I'm guessing, and I don't know if I'm right, what I'm guessing this is kind of equivalent to how Ghost of Tsushima had used the touchpad, and you can basically call your horse, or, you know, play the flute to play a song, or control the wind to see where you need to go, or, you know, resolve. So it's really cool to see them do that. I don't know if it's exactly the same way or kind of similar or taking inspiration from it, but I am excited to see how that's going to work with the DualSense. Also, along with the DualSense, you're going to be able to feel the feeling of like Miles, you know, spitting out like his webs, and, you know, when he goes to the end of his web, you'll feel the web like tighten up and he'll let go, and The DualSense just looks like it's going to be like one of the most innovative controllers that Sony's really making. I mean, the whole adaptive triggers is what's really getting me. The haptic feedback, not so much, because vibration haptic feedback has really been around for a long time. It's all about the way that Sony's doing the haptic feedback that really changes it. But the adaptive triggers is really interesting to me. I really like to see what they're doing with this. It's really interesting. After that, I think that's it. I think that's definitely it. Yes, that's it. That's all, folks. All right. Anyway, guys, if you did like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know. What do you guys think about this? Are you excited? Are you purchasing Miles Morales? Are you gonna be playing it on launch, or are you gonna wait? Or you don't care about anything I just said and you're just here for me, which I appreciate that. Or you just here because you just want to talk crap about me. I mean, either way, I'll take it. I got issues. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Hey guys, if you like this video, why don't you leave a like? And make sure you subscribe and hit that post notification bell so you guys know when I always upload.